Hello everybody, today I'm going to give you 5 important tips for Stardew Valley. These tips are focused on the early game, however most of them still apply to every stage of the game. If this sounds interesting to you, be sure to stick around to the end and subscribe for more Stardew Valley videos. Let's get straight into tip number 1. The first tip I have for you is to focus on crops rather than animals, especially early game. As tempting as it is to have some little buddies roaming around your farm, it takes a lot of effort to get the pen set up, and they cost quite a bit too. Save animals for later on into the game when you have money to spare. You're much better growing a ton of crops than building a coop. Tip number 2 is to hold off on your purchase of backpack upgrades. While having a limited inventory can be quite tedious, the money you could make from buying 10,000 golden crops instead of a backpack in the early game is huge. Instead, build chests and drop anything you don't intend on using on that day in them. I far too frequently bring a scythe, hoe, watering can, and fishing rod everywhere I go, even though I know I'm not going to use them. That's a big portion of your inventory taken up by useless items. Don't upgrade the backpack early on, just be smart about what you carry. My third tip is going to be hold on to everything. It's a good idea to keep at least one of every item you find. Every item you find in the game has a purpose, whether it be crafting, gifting, or even in the community center. It will save you a lot of time in the future when you need to find an item that you threw out for 50 gold a long time ago. I personally stock around 5 of everything I find before I start throwing them to the bin. It will save you a ton of time, trust me. Tip number 4. Mine as deep as you can early on. It's not entirely necessary, but it makes mining so much more convenient later on. For example, if you want to upgrade to gold tools, but you're only 5 floors into the iron areas, it'll take you a while to get all the way down there, whereas if you went ladder hunting for a few days early on and unlocked the entire mine, you wouldn't have that problem. You can always go back up floors if you need to, so there's no point in not going for the bottom. And for the final tip, fish when you're bored. If you feel like you have nothing to do, head to some water and start fishing. It gives you some time to plan out your day, and you make quite a bit of money doing it too. On top of that, you also increase your fishing skill, which you'll want to do anyways later on in the game. May as well do it now. Anyways, that wraps it up for my 5 tips. I hope you enjoyed the video, and if you learned something, be sure to subscribe for more Stardew Valley videos. Thank you for watching, bye!